Hello there. I hope you're doing great. And today we are going to be talking about what does it feel like when you shift into a higher vibration? What does it feel like when you shift into a new vibration? This is a common question that I get, and I think it's a really, really good one to talk about because as we're moving into a higher level of who we are, we're up leveling. So if you're not familiar with the term up level, it is really stepping up into a bigger version of yourself, stepping up into a lighter version of yourself. And that's one of my missions and passions I have for being here on this earth plane is to help you really live the life of your dreams. I truly believe it all starts with intuition, but I also know that once you have all the tools and you've connected to your intuition, it doesn't stop there. It really doesn't. So we work on ourselves continually, and those who are the most committed and spiritually ambitious know that it never really stops. You continue to work on yourself. So spiritual teachers are never going to get to a place either of mastery because we're continuing to master the skill sets and master the lessons that we are improving upon. And I know that that sounds controversial, but it's true. When we pass into spirit, we still, as spirits, strive to be better people for self-mastery. So I think everybody has different definitions of self-mastery, but it's important to know that we continue to work on ourselves. So hello, if you're watching, and I'm so excited to share some identifiers with you. So let's talk about the three, I would say, biggest identifiers to know that you're having a shift in vibration. And some of them seem counterintuitive. So one of the first identifiers I would say is when you notice that you're shifting into a new vibration, you may feel different forms of release. So as you are, imagine that you're breaking your shell, you're breaking into a bigger expanse of who you are. And as you're doing that, it takes some work actually, right? Because we're pushing up against limits. We're breaking those limits of limiting thoughts, limiting beliefs, old patterns that no longer serve us. And so we're breaking through. And when we do that, we want to pay attention to our body. We might need more sleep. So if you're more tired, if you feel like resting quite a bit more, then if everything's okay physically with you, know that a lot of times it's an indication that you are shifting your vibration and that you need rest, you need to recalibrate, you need sleep. A lot of times we get some great downloads of information from our spirit helpers through sleep as well. And so allow the body to rest. But that's not just the only indication of release. When we're tired, we need to sleep. There's others. We might feel super giddy. We also might feel very bubbly. We feel like we need to move our bodies. Anything that we feel like we need to release. So today, earlier, I felt like I needed to cry, and I have no idea logically why I would need to cry, but I felt like it was a part of a release. So whenever those things come up, laughing, crying, I always love the hysterical laughter. That's always my favorite. But we need to release. And sometimes we do purge things through the physical as well. So you might find yourself physically feeling like, wow, what is going on with me? Now, of course, you always want to make sure your physical health is okay. But if all is okay, then notice that as you're shifting your vibration, it's going to feel like a transition. Like, I gotta go to sleep. I don't know what's wrong with me. Or I just really need to rest. I feel like I've just been going for 4 hours and then I need to rest. That's an indication your vibration is shifting, and also allowing yourself to create space for that new expansion to occur. Now, one of my favorite examples of this is when I talk about my hermit crab. So when I was young, I went to Rehoboth Beach every summer, and one of those summers, I finally convinced my parents to get me a hermit crab. Seeing the hermit crab Well, the hermit crab grows out of its shell. And so then is super vulnerable as it's moving into the larger shell to call its new home. And then as it's in its larger shell, it might take a little while for it to grow and expand into that new shell. That's the same for our vibration. Think of your vibration as your aura that's around you. And so you're vibrating at a different level, a different consciousness. And so as you are raising your vibration and even lightening, expanding, you might feel really uncomfortable as you are in transition. You might feel very raw, very vulnerable. And so it is important to also protect yourself during those transitions as well. Now, another identifier that I'll say is some of the things in your life that used to light you up don't light you up anymore. This can be food, it can be music, it can be TV shows, and it can also be patterns, routines, and also people as well. And that's okay. So you start to notice a polarity in your life of, wait a minute, why don't I find joy from this anymore? Or I just don't feel like filled up. My cup is just not full anymore when I'm listening to this music that I used to love, or I don't understand, my food's not tasting the same. Again, make sure that physically you are okay. But I would say food is one of the most common things that I see. Now, for students who are inside of Intuition Abundance Academy, I talk about their chemistry changing and becoming more sensitive. Well, that in itself is raising your vibration. But as you're moving along in your life and you're moving into more intermediate and advanced levels of spiritual development, the same applies. It's true. When I had my Reiki master attunement, I really was irritated because my favorite meals started tasting disgusting. I was like, why is this chicken salad not working for me anymore? And I ended up just understanding that whatever I was putting in my body, this is different for everyone. I stopped eating meat. I also went through a phase of milk, just feeling that this wasn't working for me. So it's whatever my body and my chemistry needed, and I listened to it intuitively. And so knowing that you are becoming lighter, and so even though I was inconvenienced, I grew to appreciate, I'm taking in my body whatever my body needs to align higher. So I'm not saying that you have to be a vegan or vegetarian in order to raise your vibration. Everybody's different. What I am saying is that listening and understanding that change is okay and change is acceptable, and we welcome it as we're shifting, because whatever's coming into us is supporting us for that new level of evolvement. The same goes for friends, family, people that maybe you felt like, why is this challenging? Why is this conversation hard where we used to get along so well? So looking kind of under the hood at what's really going on can be especially helpful. As you raise your vibration, just understanding some things fall away, and that's totally okay. It doesn't mean that you stop having a relationship with people, or maybe you do. It's really up to what you feel you want around in your life to support you. But the same goes for music, and maybe all of a sudden it's too harsh, and maybe you're just more sensitive and you need something that's a little bit lighter, or maybe you need more silence. So just noticing that there can be polarity, and that's completely okay and acceptable. Now, the third key indicator that I wanted to talk about is, as we align, as we become lighter, what happens is we're really having our frequencies matching the vibration of what we're manifesting. And so synchronicities start happening more and more, where you say, I was just thinking about that, and all of a sudden, poof, it's here. Or, that was fast. I just told the universe I really would love a massage, and somebody gifted a massage to me. Whatever it is, knowing that we start seeing these indicators, these indications of alignment. So it's like you put out a request to the universe, and we usually start seeing smaller indications of synchronicities that, hey, you're aligning to this. Yep, you're on the right track. You're doing great. these things are popping in more. So I did want to say, I get some questions sometimes where people say, well, Whitney, what's the difference of that, like synchronicities and your intuition? So with your intuition, yes, we can be thinking about somebody and then all of a sudden they call, or we can intuit information that's already happening. What I'm talking about with synchronicities is aligning your path. So when you are aligning, when you align, your intuition enhances and it increases. So all these things kind of overlap on each other. But when you align, you also manifest faster. So the things that you've talked to your spirit guides about, those desires that you're ready to receive from the universe, come in fast. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to say thank you and appreciate it, because the more you appreciate it and send gratitude for what the universe and your spirit guides have sent you, and you say yes, then the universe says, cool, we're going to give you more because you're appreciating that. If you resist it, then it kind of blocks it and your alignment goes down a little bit. So we want to continue to say yes to those opportunities, those big dreams, that the small steps end up being the bigger steps. And the more that we open up and say yes, and we acknowledge the synchronicities and we're grateful and we love it, the more we'll get in our life. And so that's an indication of, yes, I am aligning. So I've got a couple announcements for you. So next Monday, July 13th, we are going to have the first video in our 3-part video training series. And it's how to raise your vibration to align. So you want to pay attention to your email on Monday. It's going to come out in email. We'll also post it probably on social as well. But the great thing is you want to watch it Monday. And then on Tuesday, I'm going to go live right here and answer your questions. And then later on that week, we'll have a 2-part video. And then the next week, we'll have a 3-part video. We're working on a schedule for you so that you can have it, you can print it out, and you won't miss a thing. And the next part is later this month, our Aligned Spiritual Mentorship Program opens up. It's an ongoing program that I love, but it only opens up a couple times a year. If you want to be the first to know details about it, you can join our wait list at messengerofspirit.com/aligned. So I can't wait to see you. I'm going to pop in again on Thursday, but I will want to make sure that I see your comments, your ahas, after the first video pops out next Monday. So for now, all you have to do is watch your inbox, but I will be here on Thursday. We're going to have another topic about alignment. I love that we can be in this place where we can really reclaim our power, especially where we are right now. All right, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you really, really soon. All right, bye.